Hunter and Brandon were here last night. We had a workout at 5 o'clock last night. They were here. They were not full participants, so a lot will be based on how they respond and how much they can get into live action today.
Okay, so it sounds like it'll be another game where Juwan will make a decision, I guess, whether he feels comfortable not to play them.
Yes, and not cliches, but their well-being, long-term well-being, will be the determining factor.
And another question, just Zeb, I know he hasn't traveled with the team the last 2 games. Is there, what's going on with him? Is there any, I guess, just what's his status?
He's just working through some things, getting all the support from the coaching staff, from the personnel on campus, and making sure again that he's in a good place mentally to rejoin the team if that's what's best for him.
Thanks.
Next question is from Zach Shaw from the Michigan Insider.
Hey, Phil. Thanks for taking the time. I'm curious with when players are going through shooting slumps. Juwan talks a lot about, just let them keep shooting, feed them with confidence. Is there a point though where you have to balance maybe wanting to tweak the mechanics or see if there's something more to it when it goes on for multiple games or multiple weeks?
That's a really interesting question, and I think it really comes back to the coach in that you have to know who you are. So I'm speaking, I'm not sure about shot mechanics. Maybe somebody should say you should know that. Yeah, but maybe I should know auto mechanics too. I don't. So I don't mess with that. And, as I think it's really hard to kind of change in midstream, but certainly you keep a list of saying, in the spring, I want to take care of this. In the summer, I want to take care of that. And whether it's defining the person on the staff that can best connect, that can tweak. We have every possible tool to help them. Every shot is recorded. Every shot is statted. They have this system in there where they can watch every shot. So we don't leave it to themselves, but in the middle of the year, it's really difficult. When you're, how are we going to guard Donta Scott? And how are we going to twist this guy's foul shot? So it is. I think that we all have to take our lead, and I've always been a believer in this. That I take our lead from Juwan, and that the players understand that the last shot's not important, whether it went in or didn't go in. The next shot is the most important shot. And if they have anything in their head that thinks other than this ball is in, then we can't defeat that. If it's a gorilla on somebody's back or whatever, however you want to describe it. But what we want them to do is take the next shot and take the next shot and take the next shot. And if there's a tweak to be made, spring and summer and is when to make that tweak.
Next, we'll move over to Michael Cohen from the Detroit Free Press.
Hey, Phil, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. In terms of Caleb, it's been a rough stretch for him lately, and it looked like the best offensive run against Illinois in the second half came during that 10-minute stretch when he was actually out and resting. I guess, what have you seen from him in terms of where his confidence is at right now and how he sort of views himself within the offense at this point?
Well, to his credit, he has just a beautiful way about him. He is not entitled, and he's not a kid that it's been easy for. Like, he has worked to get to that McDonald's All-American, to be a national champion in high school, to be considered one of the top freshmen in America. And none of that has weighed on him. So he hasn't changed. He's still a young guy that gets in. He gets a lot of shots up. He works on his game. He has a remarkable way of connecting when you have a conversation. He doesn't seem distracted. So is it hard? Yeah, it's absolutely, I mean, it's hard. It's hard what he is going through, but he's not going through it alone. Such a supportive family, a coaching staff that believes and gives him every opportunity, whether it's on the court, in particular, Sadie Washington with on the court, watching film, the words of encouragement from Juwan during practice, it resonates with me, because there are times as a coach you're like, oh my, but I thought you get this like jittery feeling. We expect that Caleb tomorrow night will go 9 for 9 from 3, and everybody will say, well, it's over, it's gone. But there's been no change in him, and I think that's what you look for in coaching young guys. Like, is there a change? Is there pressure coming from somewhere else that I'm not aware of? Is he overly reading social media notes or things like that? Like, they're all engaged with social media, but he is not impacted by the criticisms or the corrections that people want to help him with.